man. Ugh. Hey, peoples. I got some bad news. If you kiddies can see this. Look. I had a splinter in my finger for about a week now, and since Sunday, since last Sunday, it was really bothering me. And on Sunday night, I looked down at it, and I'm like, whoa, and the thing was like this big. Well, not really. My thumb was all swollen and red and shit. And I got concerned about it. My mom just said, soak it under some warm water. It'll break. So I did that for like 2 days. But last night it got to the unbearable point. I ended up going to my parents' house last night, and I had my mom look at it up close. She's a nurse, okay? So I had her look at it up close and personal, and she said, "Yeah, your thumb is completely infected." So my mom's a nurse, and because she likes to pull tricks a lot, you know, when she goes to the doctors and shit, she'll go through their cupboards and steal a bunch of shit. Hey, what are you gonna do, right? You have to do something while you're sitting in the second waiting room. So anyway, she had a whole bunch of medical shit with her. She had fucking vials of lidocaine and needles and shit. So what is she gonna do? See, she ended up shooting up my thumb with numbing agent or whatever, the lidocaine. Made my thumb go numb, and she ended up slicing open my thumb where the infection was, and all this fucking pus just started squirting out. Needless to say, I'm not sure if it's any better. My mom says it looks a little better, but you know what? Who knows? I guess we got the splinter out, and that's all that matters, I guess. Not just the matter of time and just, you know, keeping it clean and all that shit. So the bad news about that is, I wanted to start recording my new rock opera, ship them back to Sullivan County, but I can't play guitar with this, and this is my picking hand, you know. So I don't know. It's gonna be really hard to, you know, hold a guitar pick or whatever. So we're gonna have to postpone that. Brandy, consider yourself lucky. But no. This isn't what this video is about, okay? So, was it yesterday? Yesterday, I seen the most anticipated movie people like me and other people like me were wanting to see. And what movie was that? I seen the Angry Video Game Nerd movie yesterday. So this is going to be a review of that movie. So right now, I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't give a shit if you haven't seen it, okay? I'm going to tell you plot. I'm going to tell you spoilers. I'm going to tell you plot points in the movie. And if you don't like it, well then, you can turn the video off right now. or you can just suck a big fat dick right now, okay? Because I'm going to tell everything. Okay? So, before I start out, let me give you my rating on the movie, and then I'll explain why I give that rating. I give the movie out of 10, 5 out of 10. Okay? It wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't a good movie either. And I'll explain some things about this. Okay, first of all, the plot. The plot is a little like, you know, the plot has lots of holes in it, okay? But I understand where they were trying to go with it, but the execution of it just didn't really work. Like, I understand that they were trying to make like a B movie out of it, so yeah, it's gonna look cheesy. The plot's gonna have more holes than fucking Swiss cheese in it. But it really didn't come. It really wasn't that. It really wasn't that funny, to be honest. Let me explain. I love AVGN. Okay, I love his reviews. Okay, my favorite review from him would have to be the Nintendo Power one. Only because he mentions Nintendo tapes, which is something my dad actually used to say as well. So when I heard him say Nintendo tapes on that one, I laughed my fucking ass off. Then I was hooked. I was hooked on AVGN. The band's funny. I'll give you that. Okay. I like his, use of vocabulary. The movie really didn't have much of that. The movie starts off. The whole movie is about. Okay, the whole movie is about these people that want to make a sequel to E.T. for like the next gen consoles. So, oh, by the way, just so I can get this out of the way, it's not actually E.T. I don't know why they did this in the movie, but in the movie, every single E.T. game cartridge, and even like the E.T. 2 that they were trying to make throughout this movie for the next gen, it was actually E-E-T T-E-E, like eat tea, like I don't get it. I mean, was it kind of like a copyright thing? They couldn't use the word E.T., but they can use the game footage from it and all that. I don't really get it, but there was a lot of weird stuff that, it's really stupid. Like, for example, like the whole movie is about them. They want to make this E.T. game, this new one for the next gen consoles. They think it would sell really well because they are trying to make the new one worse than the original. And they're like, so why are we going to make a game that's bad? And they're like, because of this guy. And they show AVGN like giving the finger with the power glove on a screen. They're like, this guy reviews bad games, so people all have to, but the people don't listen to him, and it just makes those bad games even more popular or some shit. So we're gonna make him review the new E.T. game, so it becomes popular. Okay, because you know, like, when he was doing all those reviews on, like, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Simon's Quest and shit, you know, it got people to think, well, how bad can this be? And they actually did go out and play it after. So it's actually doing the opposite of what he wanted. So after that, somehow, for some reason, I don't get it, but the angry video game nerd he's in it, okay? And he's playing the guy on he's playing the guy that does those reviews, okay? But it seems like they gave him another name for the movie, and they call him Herb throughout the whole movie. I don't understand that. He works at this. It's supposed to be a GameStop ripoff, but they call it Game Cops. And he works there with this black kid, who's also a nerd. They call him the Super Rad Video Game something, I forget. But it was so dumb, and so the whole movie is, you know, this black kid is trying to get him to review E.T. He's trying to get him to the whole thing was the boss of this Game Cops thing was trying to get AVGN to review the new E.T. game. And in turn he would have to review, like, the original somehow. And he kept refusing, saying, no, I cannot play this game. This game makes me sick. So somehow it turns into that, and then it turns into now they're going on a trip with this nerdy chick, which pretty much comes out of nowhere. Shows up at his house and is like, hey, let's go on this trip to New Mexico, because we're gonna dig up the old E.T. cartridges or something that they buried in the desert. He's like, oh, okay. So they go on this trip. He's like, you know, if I find anything in that desert, I'll review E.T., okay? So they go to the desert, and they're immediately spotted by the military people. There's this guy with, like, he has no legs or something. Instead, he just has, like, a tank for a body, and then, like, his upper torso is just sticking out of the tank the entire time, and that's, like, that's him, I guess. So this guy's kind of like crazy. So they ended up trying to interrogate him, and he's like, we're just trying to find E.T. or something. And they're actually thinking he's trying to find, like, real aliens or something. So it just goes on and on. They escape from them. And then they figure, oh, let's go and find the programmer, the developer of the original E.T. game. And they ended up looking him up, and they go to his house, but it actually isn't his house. Like, I don't know how that is, but they go to a house, but it isn't his. It's some, like, crazy guy's house, right? Like some mad scientist or something, like mad doctor. They go to his house, he's all full of conspiracy theories. And it turns out that the doctor gave the whole E.T. game is a map of Area 51 or something. that was a big thing. So then, after all that, oh, and he also said that, you know, when the spaceship crashed, there was a bunch of pieces of the spaceship made of this space metal, and I guess he gave the code for the game to the programmer, and then he made the ET cartridges out of the space metal, okay? And the thing was, he wanted the ET game to be a map of Area 51. That was a big thing. He wanted revenge, and they're also holding an alien in there that looked like a bootleg ET, you know. So that was another thing. He was trying to go into Area 51 to break this alien out or something. So then after that, you know, they get all pissed off. You know, then AVGN just like, fuck it, we're going into Area 51 and we're gonna break out this alien. Okay, so then he breaks out the alien. The way they break him out too is this fucking black kid is playing the ET game, and somehow he did something in the game that actually went into real life and broke the alien out of its little storage thing. So they break him out. The alien helps them escape. They escape in a jet or something, like Top Gun, you know. It's like, I can't land the plane. Fuck it, I'll just press the eject button and, you know. But the general or whatever ended up sending a missile to Mount Fuji, and there was this one part where the black kid was saying, oh, well, there's this monster that lives under Mount Fuji. It was something that he just said once or something. And when he sent the missile to Mount Fuji, it was like, they release this monster. Now they have to fight against this monster thing. So the weird thing is they keep saying, oh, if this monster spins he has like a satellite dish on his head. Okay. So if he spins that satellite dish 360 degrees, it wipes out all the universe, and the whole thing was like it never existed. Okay, whatever. So then they ended up getting rid of this monster because it was what it was the alien goes into the landfill and ends up summoning all the buried ET cartridges telepathically, and then he rebuilds a spaceship from all the ET cartridges. Like, he was able to get like all the people that have the ET cartridges as well. They all come together to make the spaceship. So they get in the spaceship. They destroy the. This is how they destroy the monster. Okay, they shoot a laser at its satellite dish on its head, and I don't even understand what happened, to be honest. But after that, the monster puts on these glasses with the fake nose and mustache on it, and just friggin' flies away. I don't get it. I don't get it. So anyway, they saved the day, they saved the universe, whatever. And during the credits, he ends up reviewing E.T., the original E.T. for the Atari 2600. It was the worst review he's ever done. All throughout the AVGN episodes, whenever they would talk about E.T., you know, he would be like, you even mention E.T., he'd be like, whoa, shut the fuck up, I don't want to hear that game. You know, there was one where he's doing a Spielberg episode, and he pulls out E.T. and he's like, he pulls it out of the box, he's like, like he's all scared of it and shit. So I was expecting like a really, really scathing review about this game. Instead, what we got, this is exactly what he says. He's playing E.T. For a game that only took 5 weeks to make, it's actually good. He said it's innovative. That's what he said. He's like, it's challenging and it's innovative for the time, considering that the game only took 5 weeks to make. He said it was still, you know, a bad game, but he says, you know what? It's not that bad. I'm like, what the fuck? AVGN, you were supposed to make a scathing review and you failed. Okay, let me explain something. The whole movie was kind of like it was kind of subpar with the plot. The plot was fucking predictable from beginning to end. It was like, you know something was gonna happen and how it was gonna happen, okay? There was a part where they're at that crazy doctor's house, and him and that nerd girl are alone in the bedroom, right? And she says something like, I know something that'll make you happy. And then it switches back to the doctor, like, watching TV or something. And that's all you hear is like, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, and the pounding on the floor and shit. He's like, you need to do that harder or something. You know, it was like they were having sex. You know that they weren't having sex. You know that was just a joke. Instead, what was going on? They were playing some game on the power pad thing. You know, a thing you put on the floor and you run on it. That was what they were doing. It was fucking stupid. You knew that was supposed to be some kind of joke. You know, there's no titties in the movie or anything else. Well, I'm gonna say it. No fucking titties. What else? There was that. Just the whole plot was just predictable as shit, you know? Like the whole part with, when he was talking about the space metal and shit, I had a feeling that was what's going to happen, was that the Atari cartridges were going to be made of this space metal. Oh, excuse me. Stuff like that. Like when the black kid said something about the monster under Mount Fuji, I knew something like that was going to come up later, you know? Like I said, it was just predictable. But you know what? You know, to be honest, the plot is shit, okay? Let's get that out of the way. I will say the funny thing about it was just the visuals of the whole movie. You know, even like when they say EETTEE on all the cartridges, like I don't get it, but you know what? It was kind of funny the way, I don't know if it was a copyright thing that they couldn't use just E.T., you know, but it was kind of funny watching them try to go around the copyright, you know. It's like how Howard Stern is now today on Sirius Radio, where he could swear like up a storm, and he could because he's on Sirius XM now. But it's not even funny when he's just swearing. I found it funnier when he was on regular radio and he had to try to come up with just ways to try to get around swearing. I thought that was actually funnier than just him saying, I'm gonna go take a shit, you know? Like back then he would have to say something like, I gotta drop a deuce. And it was funny because it was like, you know, he was trying to be creative. And he was trying to get around the whole thing and, you know? But no, I mean, like, this, you know, he couldn't get the word E.T., so he just said eat tea. I don't know. Well, he was able to use like the footage from the video game. I don't get it. Game Cops instead of GameStop. I don't know. Then it was that. Then yeah, I mean, there were some cameos in that movie. Lloyd Kaufman from Trauma Film was in there at one point. The Nostalgia Critic. The guy that does the theme song, he was in there playing guitar. Mike. His friend Mike that does the James and Mike Mondays, he was in there. You know, it was okay, you know. I'll be honest. What he should have done instead was just make an AVGN review of E.T. and that was it. No fucking 2-hour build up of boring, you know. It was kind of a boring movie to build up. I'll be honest. And then at the end it was just like 5-minute review, you know. And it was kind of like a shitty review at that. And to be honest, there wasn't a lot of like swearing in the movie. There wasn't a lot of AVGN catchphrases. Like, I remember the one part he said something like, "This game is diarrhea" or something. But he only said it like a handful of times, like shit like that, you know. To be honest, I don't think there was that much nerd in the movie. For a movie that was, you know, based on him, I don't think there was a lot of nerd in it. You know, I don't know. It was more centered around like these military people and then like the doctor and all that, you know, but it just seemed like he was kind of like just like another character in the movie, as far as I could tell, you know. There really wasn't any kind of, you know, he was kind of angry, but it was like, I've seen better on his regular or on his YouTube channel. I've seen better, you know. I mean, he's funny and you know, I get it, but you know, I think that the movie was just a little too much. He should just stick to fucking reviewing games and that's it. No movies. I'm serious. But I will say some of the effects were kind of funny. Like, for example, there was the guy with the general guy that had no legs. He had like he was like part of a tank, okay? And it was just his torso sticking out. There was a couple parts in there that were kind of funny, of just like for the long shot. It was just like you can tell like 100% that some of those things, it was just like a little toy tank with a guy sticking out, and he was just moving it along and all that. That was kind of funny. That was actually kind of funny, you know. 'Cause like today everything's just like CG and all polished and shit. You know, I actually enjoy shit like that. Like, yeah, that's a fucking toy right there. I actually enjoy looking at that. Because honestly, I'm tired of this CG bullshit, you know. All these Disney movies, all these... You can't even get like a drawn cartoon anymore. And it fucking pisses me off because everything has to be CG. And it's like... I'd even be happy if, you know, they would just make a fucking movie, like just a fucking cartoon, if it was CG, but it looked just like a drawn cartoon. I'd be happy with that. No, but everything has to be that, you know, 3D render bullshit. And it's like, dude, I just want to watch fucking movies that look like The Lion King and Aladdin, you know? You know, I wouldn't even mind seeing like a cartoon that looked like an old Bugs Bunny or something, you know? I don't give a shit. I like cartoons. Now everything's all CG animated. Even like anime. Anime is great, you know, artwork. Some people say that anime, you know, I kind of agree with them. There's not that much animation in anime, to be honest. There's, you know, a lot of these things. You watch like Dragon Ball Z. If you notice, most of the animation is kind of like a trick to you. All it is like a still image of a character, and then like the background is just moving super fucking fast. And it's supposed to simulate fast movement, you know, but you know, that's good. That, you know, I don't mind it. But CG anything, I just can't. Oh shit! I just can't stand, like, since Toy Story, it's like it's overused nowadays, and it's just bullshit. You have like shit like the Scooby-Doo live-action movie where they couldn't even use a fucking dog. They had to use a CG thing that sticks out like a sore thumb. Like you can't even have a fucking cat in a movie. You know? I wish we could just bring back fucking Mr. Ed and, you know, make the horse like eat peanut butter so like that and shit. Why can't we have... Oh, because of the liberals. I'm not even going to get into that right now. But anyway, the AVGN movie, it was okay. It was a little too much. The highlight of the movie was the special effects. I will say that. The review's garbage, and the rest of the movie just kind of sucked. I don't remember laughing through any of it. You know, I don't remember laughing at any part of it. But hey, I guess that's the joke. Maybe he was just trying to make a movie so bad to reflect all the bad games. He was reviewing, I don't know, but it just ended up bad like his games. He should stick to just reviewing games. That's it. No sequels, no anything. No more movies for him. Just fucking do reviews. That's it. Do reviews and do James and Mike Mondays. I was gonna kick out of that, but I do get pissed at James and Mike Mondays sometimes. Those two, they're nerds, okay? They've been playing games for a long time, okay? They're like, what, 30-something now? And they've been playing games since whatever, you know? But it fucking pisses me off that these guys fucking suck at video games. I swear, they fucking suck at them. I watched that Batman video. I think it was like Batman Part 2 or something. It infuriated me. And I'll tell you why. There was a part where they were trying to get up to that, the Joker, you know? Like right before the Joker, you would climb up and then there's this thing, like right before the Joker room. You would get up to this thing and there's a thing on the ceiling that drops down bad guys. And I think one of them actually said, like one of them was like so surprised, like, you know what you can do to get full health? What? You can sit there and punch those enemies that drop off the machine or whatever and just keep punching them and they'll fill up all your health. And somebody else said, that won't work. That won't work? Why won't it work? I don't get it. Like, why didn't they think it won't work? It would work. I don't know why they said that. I'm like, dude, why aren't you even trying it? Like, you know, just little things like that. And then I think Mike said something about, oh, when you get up to the Joker, just run up to him and just start punching him repeatedly. Just get right on top of him and keep punching him. So what did James do? He did what exactly Mike said to do. Get up on him and keep punching him. He died like 10 times before. I'm like, really? I mean, why do you keep doing the same thing? Why would that be a good idea? Like, just hear me out. Like, why would that even be a good, like, he beat him in the end, but it was like, you know, I think it would have been a little bit easier, I would think. Like, what's wrong with using some of the weapons that he has? I mean, it's the end of the fucking game. Doesn't matter if he runs out of boomerang, batarangs, or whatever, or those things that he shoots out that split into 3, or the gun thing. I don't know. Like, why was it so important to just keep like going up to him and just keep punching him like that? I don't. Then like the Blaster Master video I seen, I actually yelled at the TV because he said, okay. I think Mike said, what does the P do? And of course they had to make a joke about collecting piss. You know, like we didn't hear about that during the Zelda video. So he said, oh, the P powers up your gun. No, it fucking doesn't! The gun powers up your fucking gun, okay? The P is just health, you know? And just watching these guys play, it's just like, seriously, this is like a bad rape right here. They're like, oh, I don't feel like being patient. I'm just gonna slam right through it to the enemies or whatever. I don't know. Like they're funny, but it's like they don't know how to play some of these games. I don't think. But yeah, I mean, all in all, AVGN should just stick with reviews. No fucking movie. If he wants to do a movie, fine, you know, but don't try to make it into like a big thing and then have a weak. If he wants to make a movie, that's fine, but you know what? No more Angry Video Game Nerd movie, okay? I also love the Angry Video Game, or the Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures game for the PC. It's on Steam. I love that fucking game. Such a great game. I like how... I'm also surprised they didn't have Fred Fox in the movie. They should have had Fred Fox in the movie somehow. I wonder if Fred Fox knows about AVGN, you know? Why the fuck... who is Fred Fox? Like, who the fuck is... I don't even know if he's like a programmer or not. I honestly think he's actually like some kind of movie director or something. I don't know. I think he like not directed, but I think he had something to do with making that Dracula movie. I don't know. Who the fuck is Fred Fox? Okay? I don't get it. But he should have had him in the movie somehow. He was able to get the program. I guess that was the programmer that made E.T. too. He was in the movie. That was actually him. They got him. Why the fuck couldn't they get Fred fucking Fox? That would have been fun. I would have laughed my ass off if they got Fred Fox in the movie, you know. But yeah, you know, make another movie, okay? Just if you want to make a movie, fine. Just don't make another nerd movie. That's about it, you know. I give the movie 5 out of 10. You know, I'm not gonna go harsh on it. I mean, I gave it my fair opinion. You know, it was my honest, fair opinion. Someone that loves the AVGN YouTube videos, you know, it was kind of a letdown, this movie, to be honest, you know. If you want to watch it, fine. It's good for a watch, okay? It's not really something that I don't think I'd ever watch it again, to be honest, but who knows? Maybe I'll watch it again, maybe I'll have a different opinion. Maybe it's just something I missed during the movie, I don't know, but that was my honest first impression of the movie. And that was it, you know. I hope he makes more of the reviews, because those are funny as shit. Yeah. That's about it. Alright, I hope my thumb gets a lot better too. I'm gonna have to chop off my thumb. That way I can start playing guitar again. Well, I'm gonna leave this to you now. Alright.